Hello, Happy New Year. So I promised my friend Becky that I was going to do this before 2021, but I'm late. So I wanted to show everyone the Reggy Beta. I'm going to go through like some of the stuff I've been building. There's also a link in the Go Reggie Instagram where you can go and check out the site for yourself, give me some feedback, find bugs, which won't be hard because there's a ton. It's super early, but I want to get some input from people and kind of just put it out there and show everyone what's going on. If you haven't heard of Reggie, don't know what it is, it's a race registration cycling events platform. I built it because I feel like in the cycling world, there's not a lot of information around events. Which ones are good? How do I know I'm going to like them? It's a kind of a big barrier to entry, and even for me as a pro, uh, I couldn't tell you what races are happening next weekend in my area. So I think that there's a lot of cool stuff that we can do, and I'm really excited to be building it and showing you guys and have stuff just happening. So this is the homepage, and I'm not going to go through everything, just kind of some of the main things. So this is I'm going to refresh this because we're going to make that event. So we have Fort William here. This is going to be kind of the search page. You'll be able to filter stuff, things like that, see some different photos, and we can actually see where this race is. The track is right over here, but this is where the venue location is, and you can click, and I'm going to be switching back and forth between tabs so that you guys can actually have a view because my screen's too wide. But yeah, so this is what the event page looks like. We can see the dates and where it is. We can share it if you want to. See the photos. So I just picked some random photos. This is me at totally not Fort William, but that's okay. Here's Marcelo. He's getting second place at Fort William, which is sweet. So here's kind of the about. If an organizer wanted to say like, what's cool about Fort William, they can put it here. And then here's the categories. So we can have the name of the category, the age, and the price. And we can see, what course is related to this category, what the course looks like, how long it is, and what the schedule looks like. We can see track walk practice. And then one of the things I heard a lot of was, if I'm traveling a lot, if I go from Canada to the US or from the US to Europe, the category names are all different. So it's elite somewhere, pro other places, senior, expert, all of these different things. So I wanted to make it where you could just filter by, gender, age, and now if I'm going to race World Cup or Fort William, I have to race elite just for my gender and age. So I think that will help a lot finding, what should I be racing in the first place. And then I'm an ambassador for FatMap, and I've been really working really closely with them to put courses and give some more info around it. So we can actually do this flyby thing, which is crazy cool. And now we can get a good idea of what this course looks like, what the grade looks like, where the steeper sections are, where it flattens out, what it looks like. We can see the elevation, stuff like that. So that is awesome. I love FatMap, they're great. And for the schedule, we can say, cool, like this is when B practices. If we click this, we can see what categories are related to the schedule item and what the schedule item description is. If we want to filter by different schedule types, we can do that. And then, or go to different days. And then we have the series. So I just added one event, just a random one, but you'd be able to say, cool, I know this event is part of a series. I can search by series or, go and navigate to different events through this. And now the amenities as well. I think one of the things that's really important is to know, what am I getting into? What kind of stuff do I need to bring to the race? So, do they have a bike wash? Do they have coffee? Camping, which I don't know why anyone cares about that, but people do. So you gotta make the people happy. Um, and then we have the location. So, when you're going to an event, how do you know if it's going to be what kind of accommodation is around? So using this thing where it actually puts in the event dates for you, and you can see the nightly rates, but if you hover over it, you can see, cool, it's 6:15 if I were to stay through this event, which is awesome. And then apparently they're like quiet time in Fort William. I just copied that from somewhere. Parking situation and kind of if you want to put camping information, here would be organizer reviews. So this is just all fake data, but um, I think I decided to do organizer instead of event because events aren't persistent. And an organizer might host different events, but they're always going to have quality courses or effective organization or, good communication. So you really want to know what type of organizer is organizing this race, because the event and the course can change from year to year. And then any additional information that somebody might want to put, COVID stuff, anything, whatever. So that is the event page, and I think hopefully I can't wait to see like once this gets going and people are able to see it and use it, what you guys all think and how people like it. But I also wanted to show you what it looks like to create one of these races. So this is like a race dashboard, and if I wanted to create a new race, I would say I'm going to create a downhill race named Super. So Morzine is right next to Leger, where the World Cup is, and there's this crazy cool downhill track there that I used to train on. And I always thought it'd be super cool if I could have raced it. We're gonna make it start today and end on Sunday. And I'm gonna copy the URL so you guys can see back over here. So here's the create event page. We've got some hotkeys, which is bloody sweet. And we just have a bunch of different sections where you can input different information. This is all the information that we just put in. If we wanted to make it private, which means it doesn't show up in the search results. And we need to put in a location. So just put in, how are we contacting? How do I want to be contacted? Apparently I don't. Just kidding. And then we're in Morzine. And once we put in the info, we can put in, when do the venue gates close, parking, camping info, etc. And now, how do we create one of those really cool courses? So we can, if we know the URL, we can just paste it here. If we wanted to make a new one, we would do this. So we go to FatMap, and this is actually my profile. And so I made the course for Super Morzine. And if we wanted to make a new course, one of the things that's cool is it's super easy. So all we would have to do is choose mountain biking, and we draw, and so you have these dotted lines, which are the existing courses here. And all you'd have to do is click, and it follows what we have. We just double click to finish it. We'd save. Bloody easy, all good. We're actually going to use my Super Morzine course. You can do that flyby again, which is just so cool. So we can see kind of like where does it get steep. We have this section down here that gets much steeper in the trees. There's Morzine. World Cup track is right over there in the next valley. And so, yeah, I just can't get enough. Love it. It's so cool. So all we have to do is copy the URL and paste it here. And this is going to create a course for us. Add that course to Reggy. So it adds in the name that I put over there, the description, the run, takes the difficulty, and we have that same view here just to make sure we're adding the same one. If we had multiple courses, we would be able to add them here, edit them, gives us some info, and we can still, scroll around and look and see what it looks like. We are not doing a series, unfortunately. We're not sanctioned either. All good. And then we're going to create some categories. So I spent a decent amount of time doing this because I think this is one of the things that organizers spend the most time on. So let's say we wanted to do a junior women's category. So it automatically does a gender and age for you. we're going to make it $15. And then we would assign a course. So that course that we just did, we're going to assign that. And we're going to do some more categories. So that checkbox just means this dialog won't close. We're going to make an elite men category for 20. And then we're going to make an elite women category for 20. Nice, that seems right. We're going to get out of here. And then actually we need to add a junior men category. So let's do that. We can just change that to men, change the gender, and that looks good. And instead of elite, if we wanted to kind of combine these two, all we'd have to do is click the two. We're going to merge them into one because we want to do an open class instead of elite. So we can see what categories are merging and then kind of what it looks like to merge them. Make an open category instead. And now we have open gender. One of the things we do need to do is change the age. So we can come in here if we wanted to change the course or description. We need to change the age and then change the skill level because we automatically detected the skill level from the name as well. And then we actually want to change the price of all of them. So we can just edit the group and then we can pick which attribute we want to change. We can change multiple ones at once, but we actually just want to set all the categories to $25 now instead of the 20 and the 15. And now all the categories are $20 and we want to have this show up first. So we're going to move it up there. Cool. Now our categories are done. We do need to do a ticket though. And the ticket is going to be lift ticket. I don't know how much lift tickets cost, but we're going to say it's 30. Seems right. I don't know. Now we need to say what dates our registration opens at. I mean, registration opening now seems good. 12:46. And then registration closes at 1 p.m. tomorrow. And if we wanted to add a custom question, like, more professional would be like if you have food allergies or something. But we're going to say, what? Like, that's cool. We're going to make people answer it. It's required. And then we could just go through and keep adding bikes. Yeah, we can move them around if we want to. And this is just an example of what it looks like if we have multiple ones. We can reorder them. And yeah, and then we don't have any waivers. And that's okay. We need to do our schedule. So I think I want practice to start at 10. 10 to 11, that's all good. And then we can do the schedule type. So if, like say we were doing when do the venue gates open, when does registration open and close, when is seating, qualifying awards, all that stuff. We can actually create a new one of these, but we're just going to do practice. We can say what categories does this apply to, but it applies to all of them. And now we need to do an image. So we're going to choose Walker at Super Morzine, the whip off. So we can add some images. If we had multiple ones, we can actually cruise around. We could open the slideshow, just see what it looks like big time. And now we have amenities. So I know we have accommodation there. Parking's all good. We don't have any marshals, kind of, low budget. I think there's a hospital. Bike wash for sure. No shuttle, Wi-Fi. I think that, yeah, it's definitely all this stuff. And our event is sponsored. So we can choose sponsors for our event. And if we wanted to add a new one, we could just do that. Add the logo, the name, the website, all good. But Maxis is sponsoring us. Big time sponsor. And then this is where we put in the about for the page. And if at any point we wanted to preview, we could always do that. I stole a bunch of stuff, or like the pictures from Morzine, Bike Morzine. So I'm just gonna like choose one of their things. for their races. Bike Morzine is awesome. They hold a bunch of races. They're just really great. So if you're ever in Morzine, cruise over there and hang out with them. So we're gonna put that info there. All good, automatically saves, and we're done. So we can publish the event. We get a little bit of confetti. Sweet. Nice. And cool. So now we can see what it looks like. There's Walker. Can zoom in on it. You know, it's $20. All the categories are $20. Gives us a location. Here's our course. You can do the flyby. And there's the elevation. That's how much vertical drop there is. You can kind of tell, right? Like the max grade is 11 compared to 16 at Fort William, and it's 960 compared to I think the 15 or 1600 that Fort William was. So you can start to see what it would look like to compare different courses and things like that. You can see the length, right? So then it's like, cool. So this is a little bit more of a mellow grade, um, not as steep as maybe a World Cup track would be. And there's our schedule. We can filter by. It's the only one we have. Our amenities. Here is our event dates and the accommodation that's nearby. We can stay there for $346 for the whole weekend. And there's our sponsor. You could click them if you want to. And one of the cool things is that we can now see both of our events here. So we have one in Scotland and one in Switzerland. We move the map, it actually searches, so it'll search different ones. You could zoom in and be like, yeah, sweet. Valley and Morzine. There's Leger. Morzine's here. Plenty is here. There's our stuff, 4Fs. So there it is. If you guys want to check it out, like I said, go to the Go Reggie Instagram, follow the link in the bio, and know that it is totally not done. But I'm glad I could show you guys this, and I hope that you enjoy it and have a great, great, great 2021.